Hari OT Sedunia, salam sukses OT Indonesia. Saya Erayanti Saloko akan menemani peserta semua untuk kita belajar bersama tentang webinar hari ini dengan tema Reimagining of OT Intervention, the Application of Technology. Dan saya saat ini live dari Tokyo, akan menghadirkan dua narasumber yang akan live dari Tokyo juga. Saya akan mulai membacakan CV dari pembicara pertama kita yang akan kita hadirkan pada pagi hari ini. Ya, Sensei, please allow me to read your CV in bahasa. Ya, saya ingin Bapak, Ibu, dan rekan-rekan mahasiswa semua mengenal pembicara kita, Kaoru Inoue Sensei, PhD. Beliau adalah okupasi terapis terregistrasi di Jepang, kemudian memiliki license pada dementia care mapping, kemudian memiliki license juga pada Assistive Product Planner of Association for Technical Aids, Advanced Assistive Product Planner of Association for Technical Aids, kemudian Associate and Fellow Medical Educational Development Center. Kemudian secara spesialisasi, beliau berkecimpung di dalam OT untuk lansia, kemudian OT akademisi, kemudian sains dan assistive technology. Dalam komunitas, beliau aktif bergabung dengan JAOT, Japanese Association of Occupational Therapists, kemudian Japanese Society for Wellbeing Science and Assistive Technology, Japan Ergonomic Society, dan beliau memiliki background pada sains dan sebagai insinyur terlibat aktif di dalam begitu banyak proyek di bidang okupasi terapi. Beliau sudah lama bekerja dan mengembangkan peralatan untuk support dan sistem untuk klien dan caregiver, kemudian terlibat di dalam relationship total win bersama pemerintah dan beberapa perusahaan, dan aktif berkolaborasi di dalam organisasi yang serupa. Karena society atau komunitas super aging di Jepang dan kurangnya kapasitas layanan, maka beliau berkontribusi kepada masyarakat untuk meningkatkan faktor-faktor lingkungan dan efektivitas dengan menggunakan peralatan. Baik. Jadi kita akan menyimak pemaparan selama 20 menit, kemudian sesi tanya jawab akan dibuka pada akhir sesi setelah pembicara kedua, kemudian terjemahan hanya akan disampaikan berupa terjemahan rangkuman di akhir sesi, dan terjemahan juga disampaikan secara tertulis di Zoom chat yang akan dipandu oleh Ibu Foni Susanti. Terima kasih Ibu Foni, dan saya akan merangkum pada saat sesi sudah berakhir. Demikian, tanpa menunggu waktu lama lagi, saya akan mengundang Kaoru Inoue Sensei. Halo, good morning, Inoue Sensei.
Good morning, everyone.
Ohayo gozaimasu.
Ella-san, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Sensei. Yeah, we have almost 400 Indonesian OT ready to learn from you. So yeah, please, you can use the Zoom now. Thank you very much, Sensei.
Thank you. Yeah, can I start my presentation now?
Yes, of course, please.
Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to share my presentation. Can you see my PowerPoint file? Okay. Okay. Thank you. Selamat pagi. Selamat pagi. Perkenalkan, ya, perkenalkan nama saya Kaoru. Yeah, thank you for inviting me to this great event. I'm Kaoru Inoue. I'm an occupational therapist and advanced assistive product planner. My field of expertise is assistive technology and occupational therapy for elderly people with dementia. I'm very happy to have a chance to talk to you here. Today, I'd like to talk about current situation in assistive technology and the research related to this area in Japan. Let's get started. First, I'd like to talk about population in Japan. As you know, Japan has an aging problem. The total population of Japan is 126.17 million in 2019. The population over the age of 65 was 35.88 million, and the ratio aging rate to the total population was 28.4%. So we are facing family-based social issues, increase of nuclear family, elderly living alone, elderly with elderly family, dementia with dementia family, and the decrease of youth. Therefore, there is a serious shortage of manpower to support clients' living life. Utilization of assistive devices is one of the important keys for OT to provide effective home care. In Japan, there are many occupational therapists who work in medical facilities for adults with disabilities and elderly people with disabilities. Main clients are cerebrovascular disease, Parkinson's disease, orthopedic disease, disuse syndrome, dementia, and so on. The government and the Japanese Association of Occupational Therapists JOT are trying to increase the number of OT responsible for a comprehensive community care system, not just at the hospitals, but at the community facilities. I'd like to focus on adult clients here. In using equipment and tools in appropriate environment is very important for occupational service. We support clients' daily activities to help them realize their lives. It is necessary to have appropriate environment, equipment, and tools to support clients' training and their caregivers' assistance. Occupational therapists need to have enough knowledge and experience in having better environment and using equipment and tools to make clients enjoy their own lives. Government-run long-term care insurance is available to people over the ages of 65 and the people between the ages of 40 and 65 with a designated illness. There are various rental devices in Japan, for example, wheelchair, care bed, handrail, slope, walker, cane, transfer lift, and others. There are 13 types of assistive devices that can be rented with long-term care insurance. However, there are applicable standards for each event, and the rentable assistive devices should meet those standards. For example, people who need right care can rent only some of the equipment. There are some limitations. Generally, the rental fee is set monthly. Users can rent assistive device at their own expense, which is 10% to 30% of the cost, adjusted according to income. The rest of the cost will be covered by public fund. For example, in the case of renting a wheelchair for 27,000 yen a month, the cost for a user who pays 10% is 2,700 yen a month, and for a user who pays 20%, it is 3,400 yen. And here is statistical data on equipment rental for preventive long-term care covered by public aid. The amount rate of wheelchair and home care bed occupied 60%. So many various people need to use these kinds of equipment. OT is one of team members to support clients need to study on assistive devices. Next, I'd like to introduce an outline of research on home modification and assistive devices related to long-term care insurance in Japan. As a result of analyzing 29 documents in Japanese and English published from 2000 to the present, it was found that many studies have worked on software aspects, the systems and the human resources and education. Under the long-term care insurance system, each profession provides support to users within the range determined by the system, and it is shown that they are interested in better evaluation or assistive technology and interprofessional collaboration. When we support users, having information on risk management is very important. So I'd like to introduce the history of home care bed accident. And let's start by thinking about conditions of home care bed. What kind of conditions should be needed for home care bed? Comfortable, useful, prevent bed sore, good looking, and this time we are going to think about safety. Yeah, safety is very important, most important factor, you know. And I'd like to introduce two cases. First, I'll talk about case one. Please look at this picture. A client has oxygen therapy at home. He must use this equipment to live. He uses it for 24 hours without bathing. When a caregiver operated bed back raising, she was not careful for the tube of the machine. The tube got caught between the moving bed and the frames, then it got broken. Here. And next, case 2. Please look at this picture. When a client was transferring from the bed to her wheelchair, a caregiver operated the bed too high, and she didn't watch the client. The client fell down and she fractured her leg bone. It's awful, but it sometimes happens. Everybody doesn't want to cause such an accident, but actually we sometimes experience this kind of accident, unfortunately. It is important to prevent accident. We are professionals, so we should do our best to care for clients systematically. And look at this picture. There are so many cases that the people enter their neck, hands, or foot into the gap between handrails or side rails. In most cases, people who got injuries are ones with cognitive disorder like dementia. Side rails are for stopper of mattress and handrails. Some people get confused of side rails with handrails, so we should pay attention to this point. Side rails are not stable, and because they are not handrails. And look at this graph. This graph shows the statistical data on severe accident on care bed, only severe accident. There were over 10 cases of accident in 2007. However, the number of accidents has been decreasing since 2013. And the number went down under 4 cases. 85 accidents for 13 years. 45 people died by accident on care bed. The JIS on care bed was changing to improve these issues. In 2009, the number of accidents has decreased since 2012. Oh, JIS is Japanese industrial standard. In Japan, the bed can be rented for those who need it under the long-term care insurance system. It may have taken some time before a new standard bed came out. The used products are cleaned, maintained, and rent to the next user. However, the actual number of accidents is expected to be large, including those that are not recorded. Even if the tools are improved, we still need to be careful. Let's move on to next topics. Japanese OT's interest in assistive devices in recent 5 years are as follows. Support to home treatment to people with SCI by focusing on QOL, a development of evaluation methods for devices used for daily life support, verification of effect of assistive devices, and home modification support by OTs, utilization and development of assistive devices using robotic technology and artificial intelligence. These include case studies, research report, and developmental report. And next, I'd like to introduce one of my research about the robot, editor. I analyzed the reaction of people with dementia during robot recreation. Parlo is a humanoid type of robot produced by Fujisoft. It connected to internet to get various information such as news, fortune telling, forecast, and etc. Moreover, respond to user speech and can remember more than 100 different phrases. It can also communicate with users, walk, play music, dance, take photos, provide recreational activities, schedule daily activities, alarm, and email. Basically, you can control Parlo by your voice, but also by an iPad as well. Here is a photo showing scene of recreation with the communication robot Parlo. A woman who sitting next door is an observer of participant reaction. Two other women in the front are occupational therapists. They are the leaders and in charge of recreation session. During the leisure program, 62 out of the 77 subjects, 81.8% reacted positive. 13 subjects, 16.9% reacted neutral. The remaining 2 subjects, 2.6%, were showed slightly negative reaction. I used dementia care mapping for Japanese version by the University of Bradford in the UK as observational tool. This research showed that so many seniors with dementia enjoy the parrot recreational program. And assistive devices expand the possibilities of clients' occupation. I think it is essential for clients to have this support to do their activities. OT should study about assistive technology and get more knowledge in this area. Thank you. Thank you for listening. It would be great if you are interested in this area. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much, Inoue Sensei. Now, I would like to translate and summarize your presentation in Bahasa Indonesia. Saya akan mencoba untuk menerjemahkan sekaligus merangkum dalam Bahasa Indonesia. Jadi, yang sudah disampaikan oleh Dr. Inoue itu adalah situasi terkini mengenai alat bantu dan penelitian tentang alat bantu di Jepang. Masalah sosial yang dihadapi di Jepang itu adalah yang pertama, meningkatnya populasi lansia, yaitu penduduk di atas 65 tahun, terdapat 35 juta penduduk di atas 65 tahun dari total populasi 126 juta. Kemudian, karena tingginya penduduk lansia ini menimbulkan beberapa masalah yang mengikuti, yaitu pertama, lansia yang tinggal sendiri, kemudian lansia yang tinggal bersama lansia, selanjutnya demensia yang tinggal bersama demensia, dan menurunnya angka usia produktif, diikuti dengan kekurangan sumber daya manusia untuk mendukung klien. Sehingga penggunaan alat bantu pada akhirnya menjadi kunci dalam pelayanan okupasi terapi, terutama untuk layanan di rumah atau home care. Kemudian, situasi layanan OT pada kondisi fisik itu terdapat perubahan paradigma dari yang awalnya rumah sakit atau medis ke pandangan yang lebih ke masyarakat. Jadi dari pandangan ini maka kebutuhan untuk memahami penggunaan lingkungan sebagai konteks itu pada kemudian menjadi sangat penting. Jadi yang disarankan oleh Inoue Sensei adalah OT harus meningkatkan pemahaman tentang lingkungan dan penggunaan alat bantu untuk meningkatkan kualitas hidup manusia. Disampaikan juga kemudian tentang asuransi jangka panjang dan asistif teknologi yang ada di Jepang. Ini memang berbeda dengan yang di Indonesia ya, kalau saya lihat sekilas. Bahwa pengguna itu mendapatkan layanan, salah satunya adalah layanan sewa alat bantu. Seperti alat yang tadi ditunjukkan, kurang lebih judulnya Power Wheelchair, itu harganya kurang lebih 63 juta rupiah, namun bisa disewa dengan 3 juta rupiah per bulan. Dan layanan sewa ini sangat mempermudah bagi pengguna yang ada di Jepang, dan kebanyakan dari pengguna itu memilih alat wheelchair, nursing bed, dan handrail. Kemudian untuk peralatan nursing bed tadi disampaikan tentang adanya studi tentang kecelakaan penggunaan nursing bed. Karena bagaimanapun assistive devices itu harus memiliki prinsip-prinsip kenyamanan, rapih, bersih gitu, dan yang paling penting adalah prinsip keamanan. Jadi tadi beberapa contoh kejadian bagaimana nursing bed harus memfasilitasi peralatan medis yang lain. Kemudian apabila nursing bed terlalu tinggi, kesulitan transfer, itu ada angka kejadian pasien jatuh dari nursing bed. Dan terdapat gap pada rel samping dan rel tangan nursing bed dalam care beds itu juga menyebabkan beberapa kejadian kecelakaan. Namun pada tahun 2013 angka kecelakaan menurun secara signifikan setelah adanya gerakan awareness. Terdapat hanya 81 kasus kecelakaan dalam 13 tahun. Selanjutnya yang tadi disampaikan lagi, bentar tadi banyak soalnya, adalah penggunaan robotik. Wah, ini menarik sekali. Penggunaan robotik yang pertama tadi disampaikan adalah Palro. Palro itu semacam tipe robot yang humanoid yang bisa berkomunikasi, bisa menari, bisa mengambil foto, bermain games, bahkan bisa diajak seolah-olah rekreasi bersama gitu ya. Dan itu dikendalikan oleh suara atau iPad pilihannya. Kemudian sudah ditunjang oleh penelitian di University of Bradford di UK bahwa rekreasi atau tadi yang diperlihatkan itu semacam kelompok terapi gitu ya, menggunakan robot komunikasi pada demensia, dan hasilnya sebagian besar dari klien OT dengan demensia menikmati atau bereaksi positif terhadap Parlov robot komunikasi ini. Kemudian tadi juga ada disampaikan gambar, itu ada robot namanya Paro. Itu semacam boneka gitu. Jadi itu yang mungkin bisa saya sampaikan tentang materi Inoue Sensei. Untuk pertanyaan, kita akan tunggu pada sesi question and answer setelah pembicara yang kedua. So, Inoue Sensei, thank you very much for your presentation. We will have the question and session answer after Yuko Ito Sensei presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Terima kasih.
Sama-sama, Domo. Dan berikutnya, saya akan segera menghadirkan ke hadapan Bapak, Ibu, dan rekan-rekan OT semua salah satu juga sensei yang saya banggakan. Saya akan screen share dulu. Iya. Kebetulan 4 dari OT yang mendapatkan beasiswa untuk belajar di Tokyo Metropolitan University itu belajar bersama Yuko Ito Sensei di Lab Yuko Ito Sensei. Jadi beliau adalah lulusan dari Graduate School of Engineering of Science di Baura Institute of Technology Tokyo, Jepang, Dr. Filosofi, tetapi thesis title-nya itu tentang Development and Evaluation of Support Device for Children with Developmental Disorder, mendapatkan okupasi terapi dari Tokyo Metropolitan College and Allied Medical Sciences, Department of Occupational Therapy, Tokyo, Jepang. Kemudian beliau menduduki beberapa jabatan, di antaranya yang pertama sebagai Associate Professor di Graduate School of Human Health Science, Occupational Therapy Program Tokyo Metropolitan University dari tahun 2008, kemudian Expert Advisor dari Tokyo Metropolitan Board of Education, kemudian beliau juga duduk sebagai WG member di International Standard of Subcommittee ISO Cognitive Function Support and Equipment, Japan Welfare Equipment and Life Support Equipment Association. Wow, nama asosiasinya aja kita terheran-heran. Semoga di Indonesia nanti juga ada ini seperti ini ya. Kemudian beliau juga external expert pada Tokyo Metropolitan Special Needs School. Dalam association dan certification yang beliau ikuti, beliau tergabung di dalam Japanese Association of Occupational Therapists, kemudian sebagai Director dari Tokyo Association of Occupational Therapists, sebagai Director dalam the Japanese Society of Occupational Therapy for Developmental Disabilities, dan Authorized OT, Japanese Association of OT, kemudian instruktur juga pada Japanese Academy of Sensory Integration. Jadi di Jepang itu mereka memiliki pusat studi sensori integrasi sendiri dan Ito Sensei adalah salah satu instrukturnya. Kancah beliau di internasional itu sebagai teacher exchange, mengikuti teacher exchange program dengan Temple University of College, kemudian mengikuti Global Communication Camp program dengan Temple University juga, dan sebagai supervisor Asian Human Resource Development Project for Medical Professional. Baik, ternyata panjang sekali CV beliau. Dan dengan bangga saya akan mengundang Yuko Ito, PhD OTR. Ito Sensei, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Oh, welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, hello. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hi,
Sensei, we have 387 OT
yeah,
in Indonesia.
It was so amazing.
Yeah.
So wonderful.
We are so eager to learn from
Yeah.
you. So
yes.
yeah, you may start your presentation, Sensei.
Okay, I will share my presentation. Yes. Can you see my presentation now?
Yes.
Can you see?
It's very clear.
Oh, yes. And also, I will start our slideshow. Just wait a moment. Can you see?
Yes, now.
Oh, okay.
Full screen.
Thank you very much. So, thank you for my introduction, Era-san. So too much introduction. So I'm very honored from you. So, thank you very much for inviting me to the wonderful opportunities. Yeah, I would like to celebrate World Occupational Therapy Day with you. I'm very happy to attend this opportunity. And also so many OTs, almost 400 Indonesian OTs attending this opportunity. So I'm a little bit nervous today. So, but yes, so I would like to introduce my presentation. So my title is Assistive Devices for Children with Disabilities, Introduction of Japanese Situations. So let's start. So to next slide. Sorry, just wait a moment. So, oh, maybe someone who waiting room. so sorry. This is an overview of Japanese occupational therapy history. So left picture is 1966, the foundation of Japanese Association of Occupational Therapists. The maybe starting ceremony. So at first, Japanese OT member is only 18, almost 54 years ago, maybe before I was born. So not maybe, before I was born. So in picture, less than 18, but this is first Japanese occupational therapy. And after over 50 years, in 2017, the right side poster is JAOT's enlightenment poster of occupational therapy. So actually, the first period of Japanese occupational therapy is most of OT working in pediatric area. So maybe such as just similar in Indonesia now in this recent Indonesian situation. So many OT working in pediatric area. But now in Japan, after 50 years, Japan is super aging society. So maybe before presentation, Inoue Kaoru sensei said, rapidly in Japanese population is very, so many elderly. So after 50 years, so many Japanese OT working in elderly area. So now in Japan, almost 80,000 more OT working in Japan, but almost 4% or 3% of OT working in pediatric area. So very small, but almost 3,000 or 2,000 or 3,000 OT working in pediatric area. And I also one pediatric OT. So in 2017, OT future to the children's pediatric OT again. Yeah. So I would like to introduce you about this poster. This is 一つ一つゆっくりと is Japanese. So step by step, and not so hurry, step by step, OT supporting the children's life and children's development. This is promotion for Japanese citizens or social. Yeah. And to move to next slide. Yeah. This is Japanese Medical Care Act, recent topics in Japan. So in Japan, priority 5 diseases we have. So number 1 is cancer. Maybe Buana-san also working in cancer hospital. So in Japan, most big percentage of disease is cancer. 1 in 2 people get cancer in Japan. And also several vascular attack and cardiac infarction and diabetes mellitus and mental illness such as depression. So many people in depression situation in Japan. And also further priority topics is elderly care, Kaoru sensei's area, and rural and urban medicine, and suicide. Yeah, very big problem in Japan, suicide. And also hikikomori. Hikikomori is Japanese word. Hikikomori is people who stay in only home. They can't go outside. Stay inside of home so long time. After graduate high school or retire after retire company, or so many people stay inside. We usually say hikikomori. This is a big problem in Japan. And also priority 5 project in Japan. This is also government policy. And first is emergency service. And next, disaster medicine. So, maybe in Indonesia is also, we have a lot of disaster. Every year we have a big disaster. So we need very, policy in disaster medicine. We have to think about disaster medicine. And also rural health. Urban and rural discrepancy is very severe. And perinatal care and pediatrics. Pediatrics is very big priority project in Japan because pediatric is future of country. So we have to focus on pediatric care. Next. And this is social resources that support the lives of children. And we have a lot of services in community by public support. And first, maternal and child health service, and places where children and parents who need assistance, and support place for all children, and support place targeted by handicapped children, and other available services. Yeah, we have a lot of service in community by public, and also we also have private service. Yes, but public care is very much. And this logo is Japanese government policy and logo mark, a comprehensive support system for children and child rearing. So this name is Suku Japan. Suku Japan. Not, but in Indonesia sometimes hati-hati to sama-sama. Just similar sound, but suku. Yeah, suku means involved so many means. So healthy, strongly, smoothly, easily, happily, or so many involved Japanese words. So suku, yeah, is very good word for children's lives. And next, this is OT. This is OT client in children's area. I would like to say OT client. So number one diagnosis is still cerebral palsy. Yes, still cerebral palsy. Children with cerebral palsy is a lot. And also developmental disorders. In recent years, big percentage of OT client developmental disorders, such as ASD, ADHD, DCD, and LD, and so on. And also intellectual disability and neuromuscular disease, such as Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and severe physical and mental disorders, and chromosomal abnormality, so many, especially Down syndrome and the other chromosomal abnormality, so many. And sometimes limb amputation, congenital or acquired, and orthopedic disease, and brain injury, other. And so huge, so wide a range of children with disabilities, OT client. And also this is Japanese situation of children with disabilities. You know, maybe in Japan, we have advances in medical technology. For newborn baby, maybe not, almost number one or number two of the world. So high medical care we have. So but in the other hand, increase in childbirth of premature babies, very low birth weight, such as under 300 grams. Last year, in TV news, 250 grams babies survived and grow up healthy. But sometimes they have severe problems or such as developmental disorders. So in Japan, childbirth rate is very low, maybe you know, almost 1.2 or 1.1, very low birth rate. But children with disabilities, it's increasing now. So, and sharp increase of severely ill infant with high medical dependence, and also decrease in the number of deaths of children. Before I said, so we have advances in medical technology, and so please show the inside of square. This is 2018 WHO report, the international comparison of neonatal mortalities. So Japan out of 1,000 newborns, neonatal mortality is only below 1. So almost babies can survive. Yeah, but behind, we have a lot of problems. So world average is 18.6 of 1,000. Yeah. How about Indonesia? So, and also increasing children with severe physical and intellectual disorders. And also, next is new categories of client, increasing children with heavy medical needs, but not severe physical and mental handicap. Past year, so we have also severe mental and physical disorder children, but in recent years, because of very high medical care, they don't have severe physical and mental disorder, but they need 24 hours medical care, such as yeah. Okay, that's such as hygiene. Of course, no hygiene. Oxygen. Yeah. Yes. Sorry, I can't remember the name of the equipment, but very high medical needs. But they don't have intellectual disorder and physical handicap. So very new type of client of children. So, and also we have after born from birth to and before preschool, we have a lot of health examination for young children in community. This figure is the flow of from birth to school. So the first checking screening, and second check, advice, and parent and child class, follow-up class, and consulting advice, and also support center for developmental disorders, and handicapped child care facility, and child day service, and comprehensive rehabilitation center, and children hospital, and so on. And also we have outreach program, kindergarten and nursery school, and school visit, special education school, and so on. And all stages, in all stage, OT working in, all stage. But depends on city or prefecture's government policy. Not all prefecture or cities has same systems, but some cities has these systems. And I would like to promote this kind of service in community, and OT should work in community, each part of the services. Yes. And so today's topics is assistive technology and assistive devices. So I'm pediatric OT, but I'm interested in assistive technology and assistive products and equipment for children with disabilities. And today I would like to introduce you about kind of part of equipment. So so assistive devices is so many, like a star in the night. So yeah, so but I'd like to show you about several equipment. At first, assistive devices for children for sitting and standing and posture control. So this type, the pink one, left. Can you see my pointer? You can't, maybe.
Pointer.
No, maybe not. Okay, okay.
Yes, Sensei, but it's small pointer.
A small pointer, yeah.
Yes.
Very small pointer, can you see?
Yes.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah. This chair is posture control chair for severe physical disabilities, children with severe physical disabilities. Children, they can't sit by themselves. But if they sit on the chair, they can keep sitting posture very easily. This is a type of chair is so many in Japanese schools and homes, and this is totally order-made. Yeah, and funded by government fund. Yeah, and also this is named SRC Walker. SRC Walker is, yeah, spontaneous reaction Nantoka Walker. Sorry, so I forgot the total name, but SRC Walker. This walker is very popular in physical dysfunction, such as cerebral palsy or severe physical disability children. If they move their legs slightly, so they can move smoothly. So fun and so, yeah, so happy. So, and this is a standing frame, you know, standing frame or prone board, yeah, with desk, and this is can move. And also, this is a commercially available product. Yeah, but this is also a sitting support chair. This type of very useful for kindergarten or nursery school. And if they have some physical disabilities, but they can stay sitting in chair very easily. And on the floor is very convenient. Maybe Japan and Indonesia also sitting on the floor, right? In Japan, yeah. So, but Western culture is not so many, maybe sitting on the floor in school or community or kindergarten. But in Japan, sitting on the floor is very popular. Now, this type of equipment is very convenient. So, next, this also assists for stable sitting. Yeah, this is a non-slip seat made of silicone. Yeah, and also this is using Seraband loop. You know Seraband. Seraband is rubber loop. Rubber rope in rehabilitation setting is very popular equipment, Seraband. We have a lot of type of Seraband. And sometimes this is very low-tech support, but very convenient for unstable sitting children or students. So this is ingenuity, yeah, of rubber band. Yeah, wrapping the chair's leg. Can you understand? It's very difficult to explain, but very convenient. And they can get a proprioceptive sensation from rubber band to leg, very stable if they need sensory stimulation in sitting. And also this is assistive equipment for movement. So as I say, we have a lot of severe children. So they can't move alone. So we usually use a buggy. This is not a baby car. This is a buggy for children with heavy disabilities, severe disabilities. So very convenient equipment. Parents can use this and go outside, and very easy to store in the car or in the home. It's very convenient equipment. And this is this type of buggy we can customize for each children's ability, or depends on children's ability. And also wheelchair. We have a lot of type of wheelchair for children, order-made and commercialized equipment, and so many, and customized. And also this is a safety car seat for children with disabilities. We also have a lot of equipment. Maybe Era-san or Zana-san or you visited in HCR in Japan, maybe. So maybe you can see this type of equipment. And also the car, this is a car is wheelchair users can use still in sitting on the wheelchair and riding, they can ride car. We usually say this type of car well cab. Yes. Yeah, but so very popular type of car. So very convenient for children with disabilities who using wheelchair. Still, yeah, a car that can be used in a wheelchair. And next, this is the assistive tools for preschool and school children with disabilities. This is a hand grip, maybe very popular in Indonesia. So ingenuity of hand grip, handmade OT by OT. Yeah. And also this is a commercialized products. And this is also compass support. Compass. Very difficult to organize compass for children with disabilities. And this very difficult to see the equipment, but this from inside of the finger, the aid, silicone equipment, top of the, where the top of the compass, very easy to handle. So, and seat, yes, so these are made of silicone, and these are development by OT involved, with company. Yeah, and also this is recorder, this is instrument. In Japan, in elementary school, so the recorder is must subject recorder. So, but very difficult to organize the recorder. So this recorder is one-hand recorder. If children has hemiplegia or amputation, and they can use only one hand, but they can play recorder by one hand. And also this is very, very simple technology, not maybe technology, but rubber band and for universal cuff. Yeah, you know, universal cuff, very easy to grip this type. Yeah. And also this is for handwriting. Yeah, handwriting is very important too in Japan. So rings and grips that support pencil, there are this kind of equipment. Pencil holding, これはなんだっけ? Pencil holding, non-slip ruler. Yeah, very easy to write a line. And paper pressure for scissors, and letter teaching material sheet, which is devised for writing easiness. So this is also developed by OT. in Japan with company. So this is very useful for children with disabilities, for school activities. Yeah. And next is also same equipment. Yeah, teaching materials printed with rough feel, just such as sand, such as this feeling is such as sand, rough paper, very easy to writing. And we have several types. And also, if you don't have this kind of equipment, sometimes, usually we use sandpaper as an underlay. So this is before and after. So before, the children who can't organize the character, very difficult to read situation. In this situation, I can read, but very difficult to understand what is the character. But after, if children use sandpaper or underlay, very easy to understand, very good character, change to a good character. So very, not so high technology, but very important congeniality. And also this is for communication. We have a lot of communication tools using IT and characters and symbol communication. This is using by iPad and several kind of tablet, and smartphone is very useful for children's communication who don't have verbal communication ability. So, and Japanese. But now we have only this equipment, only Japanese. But symbol communication is maybe worldwide, not only Japan. So maybe children can understand each face sign or muscle power or something. And this is also dental treatment. So if children has a severe communication problem, so very difficult to dentist care. So this is not my product, but this equipment is very useful for dental treatment for children with ASD. Yeah. This is these are, how do I say? Sorry, after maybe, so very useful equipment. So, and also simple technology for play. This pediatric OT in Japan usually using this kind of very simple technology for children's play. So this one and this one is switch. Yeah, as you know, switch is very useful for handle many equipment. So if children have severe physical dysfunction, physical disabilities, if we can choose switch and switching support, yeah, this is made of silicone also. Yeah, very good tool. If children's physical motor movement is very little, but if children touch the equipment, switch turn on, switch can turn on and turn off. Very simple system, and they can organize so many kind of electric toy. Yeah, cat toy or so many. Yeah, electric equipment is very easy to control by switch, such as circulator or juicer mixer or so many equipment can organize by switch. We usually use simple technology in children with disabilities, especially severe physical disabilities. And also sensory. I also sensory integration instructor. So sensory modulation dysfunction is also very, so many children has sensory modulation dysfunction. So sometimes, so depends on children's needs, weighted clothes and pressure clothes, and someone who has high sensitivity of hearing, so ear muff or digital ear peg is very convenient. And ear muff is very popular in special education school in Japan. Children have ASD, so very difficult to hearing from here. The school environment is very noisy. How about in Indonesia? In Japan, school environment is very noisy, basically. So children has hypersensitivity of hearing, very difficult to stay there. But if they use ear muff or digital ear peg, they can stay inside and they can attend and participate in school life. So very popular. And digital ear peg is also very convenient. This is not special equipment for disabilities, but this is very useful for disaster support. In our evacuation place, so they are so busy. So if they have hypersensitivity of hearing, so digital ear pegs is very convenient in busy place. So, and fulfill sensory needs, so many, a lot, but this is one of the example. And so on, this is a pet bottle connector named Twinkling. This is my product. I involved development this product. Pet bottle connector and making handmade toy. So I'm very happy. I like these toys. So, and this is a situation, children who has very severe intellectual and physical dysfunction, this boy, but he is very enjoying this Twinkling toy. So very nice. And also sensory needs and an unacceptable habit. So habit is often accompanied by sensory input as self-stimulation, you know. And when it is socially acceptable, try to change to other activity with the sensory stimulus included in the habit as a keyword. Can you understand? So yeah, if they have a very unacceptable habit, such as biting nail, removing hair, and so on. So this key point is proprioception, proprioceptive sensation. So change to other acceptable activities, sometimes very good for mouse activities, such as mouse activities, or so many kind of sensory goods. Yeah, this is a sound, snake sound, or very heavy, or very soft, or a lot vibration, and so on. And someone who has tactile sensory habitation, so, but this is not acceptable. Sometimes we are using, this is artificial, nanda? Yeah, this is artificial grass. Yeah, you know, such as golf ground or soccer ground. Yeah. So artificial, なんつったっけ? How to say, あれ? Sorry, I can't remember that, but artificial grasses, yeah. Yes, they can, yeah, touch the grass if they need sensation, sensory stimulation, tactile sensory stimulation. if they need sensory tactile stimulation, they can touch the artificial glasses. Not glass, I can to remember, sorry. So, but can, yeah, please permit me. So, and next for hand coordination. So children who have very difficult dexterity, they have dexterity. Crosses and buttons and easy to handle depending on the ability of children. Yeah, very easy to wear this type of wear. This is produced by parents of the handicapped children. But I think it's very nice. So especially so many type of buttons. And so this button is very nice shape. Very easy to hand, snap, very easy to wearing. So, and the surface is something rough texture. Very small ingenuity, but very useful for children with disabilities. And also this type of rope is this rope inside of the loop, rubber band inside, and inside of the crosses. So very easy to organize, tie up the loop. Yes, very simple, simple ingenuity, but it is very important. And also this is support for difficulty of time management. Usually children with disabilities, especially such as ASD, ADHD, DCD, very difficult to understand, difficult to time management. So I usually use tools of understand time in eye visible from on analog and digital. So this is analog time. Maybe the very famous equipment, time timer named. Yeah, very popular. And also we also have lots of application for mobile tools, such as iPad, mobile tool, and smartphone. So very, very useful for time management for children with disabilities. And so this is, sorry, in Japanese, So this is occupational therapy for children, flyer for advocation, produced by JAOT. So we usually, we would like to advocate more and more about OT in children. So we made this flyer for people.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sensei, time is limited.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you may continue, but.
Yes, thank you so much. And also this is final slide. So
okay.
Yeah, maybe so sorry. Yeah, this is occupational therapy. So activities. So children's OD focus on activities of daily life and play, education, and etc. And if someone asks me, what is OT? I would like to say OT is find a wish and make you can come true. So I'd like to introduce you about Japanese Society of Occupational Therapy for Developmental Disabilities annual conference 2017 Tokyo TMU. This logo is this society's logo mark, and this conference theme is assistive things for supporting children's life. Make a wish come true. And this is flyer of this conference. So the power of material and equipment, we usually things, assistive devices included things such as welfare equipment and common items which are deeply involved in the satisfaction of daily life for children who have some kind of illness or disability and feel that what they want to do or what they want to do doesn't go well. But it has become an academic society that shows how occupational therapists should support the children to fulfill their individual abilities by assistive technologies, using by assistive technology. So, thank you very much. So finally, I would like to say assistive technology is very important role of occupational therapy for all generations. So, yeah. OT is intermediate user of assistive devices in between client and equipment. So assistive technology role is very important for people's life. So OT have to have competency of assistive technology, I think. So thank you very much. Maybe I'm too long, maybe. Thank you for your listening. Terima kasih. ありがとうございました。
Terima kasih, Sensei. Now, please allow me to summarize in bahasa. Jadi tadi Sensei memulai dengan sejarah tentang JAOT tahun 96, itu diawali dari 18 anggota. Karena tadi juga seperti yang disampaikan oleh Inoue Sensei bahwa ada super aging society, dan pada akhirnya tahun 2017 itu JAOT mulai aware untuk menyuarakan tentang pediatri, karena hanya 3% dari OT di Jepang itu berkecimpung di bidang pediatri. Jadi klien OT di pediatri itu yang paling banyak adalah CP, diikuti dengan DD, developmental delay, kemudian intellectual disability, neuromuscular disorder seperti Duchenne, dan selanjutnya chromosomal disorder. Kemudian dari pemerintah itu ada dukungan untuk pengasuhan anak, jadi banyak pemeriksaan dari anak lahir sampai dengan sekolah. Mereka menyebutnya outreach program dengan berbagai macam aktivitas baik sensori motor, processing, analisis lingkungan, dan kebijakan. Itu tergantung pada kota atau prefektur masing-masing memiliki layanan dan kebijakan tersebut gitu. Kemudian tadi disampaikan bahwa dukungan sosial itu merupakan dukungan yang komprehensif bagi anak gitu ya. Kemudian disampaikan juga bahwa social resources-nya itu termasuk kepada awareness terhadap hal-hal yang bersifat maternal, kemudian tempat bermain bagi anak dan orang tua, tempat bagi ABK, dan beberapa awareness, bahkan hanya untuk logo-logo saja mereka aware sekali, seperti halnya suku-suku atau yang mereka sebut dengan hati-hati atau senang-senang dan selanjutnya. Kemudian diperkenalkan juga mungkin gambar-gambarnya tidak terlalu jelas, tapi mungkin satu saat nanti kita bisa belajar lebih banyak tentang peralatan atau perlengkapan assistive devices yang disampaikan. Antara lain beberapa hal yang Sensei sebut sebagai low tech tapi sangat bermanfaat. Itu seperti bantalan non-slip atau yang terbuat dari karet anti-slip. Kemudian ada TheraBand yang memberikan extrasensory stimulation. Kemudian ada lagi yang disebut Begi, itu mirip stroller bayi tapi digunakan untuk severe disabilities yang parah. Dan dapat disesuaikan bentuknya atau kebutuhannya sesuai dengan kemampuan dan postur anak. Kemudian ada lagi safety car seat untuk di mobil yang dimodifikasi sesuai dengan postur anak. Bahkan mobil itu dapat dimodifikasi bagi pengendara kursi roda. Kemudian ada lagi alat bantu untuk usia sekolah dan prasekolah, diantaranya support untuk menulis menggunakan jangkar, kemudian alat dilengkapkan dengan grip yang bermacam-macam, kemudian alas anti slip, dan itu didesain oleh OT, sudah diperjualbelikan di Jepang, yang mendesain OT. Kemudian ada seruling recorder yang bisa digunakan menggunakan satu tangan untuk anak yang memang hanya menggunakan satu tangan. Selain peralatan menulis, ada juga peralatan komunikasi dengan membangun tablet. Kemudian ada beberapa juga tombol switch untuk menyalakan dan mematikan yang terbuat dari latex atau switch latch gitu. Kemudian ada lagi beberapa yang membantu sensori. Ada yang istilahnya tadi digital earplug untuk mereka yang hipersensitif auditori, sehingga dapat mengikuti kegiatan di keramaian seperti sekolah atau di masyarakat. Bahkan penting saat evakuasi saat bencana, karena biasanya evakuasi saat bencana itu sangat riuh atau ramai. Itu. Kemudian diperkenalkan juga twinkling atau semacam dua botol yang dijadikan satu, kemudian di dalamnya ada air dan ada plastik bulat-bulat itu berwarna-warni. Itu yang pegang hak kekayaan intelektual adalah Ito Sensei di Jepang. Kemudian ada lagi rumput artifisial atau semacam karpet yang bisa digunakan untuk sensory stimulation dan lain-lain. Jadi pada dasarnya adalah yang dirangkum bahwa peran OT itu sangat penting. OT itu menjembatani antara user, klien dengan alat bantu gitu. Jadi OT harus memiliki kompetensi di dalam assistive devices.